Hello everybody, this is Sonia in Australia and welcome to my channel, and I want to show you now how I made my little dress. I was going to make this on a piece of cardboard, heavy cardboard like this here, which is like a pressed cardboard stuff, yeah. Oops, whoops there. But I decided I wouldn't because I thought it would hang a little bit better. Actually, well, I can still do that yet because I really haven't quite finished this, but I wanted to show you how to make one, and whatever you want to do with it. Like you could use it on a hanger. You put on a coat hanger, which I intend to do eventually, put onto a coat hanger, or just have it for maybe a tag. You could put because as I say, the back isn't done yet. I haven't decided what to do with the back. But it's really, really fun to make and really, really good. So I'm going to do a tutorial now on how I did that, and I hope it works out all right. Now I did have a bit of a cackle because when I made this rolled rose, it looked more like a bird to me. So I just sort of thought, but anyway, I mean, this is not quite finished, but I'm going to show you how I got to that stage, and then you can just work on your own and finish them off if you want to make one the same. Okay, so anyway, I cut out a shape of a dress. The shape of a dress, you can draw it yourself, you can print it off, but I just actually printed this off and I just cut that out. I wanted it to be obvious, like where the waist is, really, so it's small, and then here where the neck part is. Now this is not the same, look, so it grew, but that's okay because you just want a basis for your, what you're going to do. You just want the bottom bit. So okay, so when I did that, I decided I would just cover the paper with a piece of calico. So I've got a piece of calico here, and I just covered that with that. That was my first bit I did. So I'm going to move that so I don't wreck it as well. Paint there from last time, but we won't do that because I'm going to worry it's dry and it's going to. So put a bit of calico on first. Quite simple. Just put that over there like that. You can draw around your piece of calico if you like, or you can do it like this, and then you just cut out around the edge. So you want to make sure that it's fairly well stuck down, which I haven't really done that yet, but I will in a second. It's up to you whether you leave the paper in there. I did. You can just do it to make it soft like a cloth one, but I thought I'd just do this way. I wasn't actually going to make one of these today. I was going to make something else, and that happens all the time, doesn't it? But I've been wanting to do this dress thing for a really long time, so I decided I'm going to have a go at this today. This is what my thing was today to make. So it's not hard to draw a dress. You do it the same way I did them. I did something the other day when I was cutting out things for the clothesline I've been doing, and it's quite easy really, to do it, but you can just have a go. It's not that hard, and then you make it the way that you want it to be. So anyhow, so I've got the basis for it, and now I've decided I want to have it sitting up a little bit. I like the dress want to be sitting up a bit, so I'm going to get some tulle, and I'm going to use some fairly stiff tulle. Only mostly the skirt I want this for. I might have to start cutting that out in another bit somewhere. Over here. I've actually cut my finger somehow today. Very, very small. Very, very small cut, but it hurts like I've chopped my leg off. It's ridiculous because it's in a place where everything seems to be getting hold of it, Just fair there, tiny little, probably a paper cut. Well, I mean, it's called a paper cut. I don't know if I'm being played with paper. Don't know how that works, but anyway, we won't worry about that at the moment. Now, when I did the one that I did, I don't think I had it already frillied up. I could have done, but I don't think so. So I'm going to cut this off here. I'm doing a lot of chopping up here. I suppose I should have took you along with me on the first one, but sometimes when you're making something and you haven't tried it before, you want to try and see if it works the way you think it's going to, because if it doesn't, you can halfway through a tutorial and it'll all just go wrong. So I'm going to cut that as nice and straight as I can. I'll do it the same way that I folded it up to do my flower the other day, and just cut across there. You can't even see what I'm doing here because I'm not even in the camera shot, am I? Now we're going to put it onto there. So I'm going to just put a bit of glue on the edges of this to start with, and I really didn't want to put any on the inside part, like in there, because if you do, it's going to hold it down. This here's not glued down properly, but we'll come back to that along the way because there's lots of glue on to be done, so everything's going to stick properly. Wait a minute, we need to put a fair bit here because we want to start at this side. You can you can gather it up if you want to first before you start. It's up to you whether you want to do it like that or not. I'm just going to push it together onto that piece of glue there, onto this glue that's going across here, I hope, till I've got enough that I feel is, oops, I'm going to bring it over, so it's sitting up. Okay. Might even take that bit off there. Got to get those scissors away from me. I keep picking them up and they wouldn't cut butter. Okay, so put it down there like that, and we've got that sitting up. As you can see there, one I did, I actually put glue down in there, and I wish I hadn't have done that. You know, across there, I glued it, and I'm not sure that I wanted to do that. So it's up to you whether you want to lay it down, have it sitting down flat, or and keep your trimmed because you want your bits there to be seen, like the waistlet. You don't want all that shape of the lady to disappear. Now, because this is mine and I can please myself, I can just cut this bit off if I'm not happy with that bit there. So I'm just going to take that piece off there, and there's the underneath. Now, for the top, for the next part of this one, I use that there lace and put over top. I don't know whether I want to do that this time. I'd like to do something a bit different, make a bit different of one. I can't use that, that's too big. And I'm showing you, wait a minute, I'll show you. This is a really nice piece of thing, but it's got too big a picture on it for a small dress, so you don't want to use that. I could probably use this. Look at this, the little spot. Oh yeah, that'll look awesome, won't it? Yeah, I could use the little spot. Although, I changed my mind again. This might look good too. This might be too big, the bits on it. The decoration could be too, and it is like it's too big for the dress. So let me see. I'm dropping things here everywhere on the floor. What's this bit? It's too pink. I don't want that. That's too white. Oh, hang on. We'll do this one. Look at this. This is a nice piece of curtain material, and it's got a leaf on it. The leaf's not too bad. It's nice, isn't it? Yeah, I might use that. There's a leaf on it. We're not going to be able to see the leaf that much, are you, by the time I finished doing it? So we're going to just chop this out. And like that. Across here. Like so. And across the bottom, take this bit of, let's fold it over, we'll take that off there. Use that, might even use that for something in a minute. Okay, now, I'm not going to stick that to there. I'm going to stick this across the top, there, no, all over the top, no, back up a bit, hang on. First of all, we might want to have a bit of a bust on the lady. You know, she might need a little bit of padding there, so she can, you know, wear a dress a bit better. If she's got a bit of padding on it, it'll give her a bit more body, you know. So I might just use a bit of this, cut that in half, fold that over like so, fold it back there again, stick that there, that looks alright, glue it up. Actually, I used a different thing before. This will work. Probably wasting this, but I guess it'll work alright. Go that way and that way. You can use whatever pieces of scrap you got. Bits of scrap will do, you're not going to be able to see it. So I'll just have a bit of scrap on it. And then I get a bit of something and just tie this around here, make it padded up a bit. Okay, that might look like a bit of padding on its front. Makes a good bow, doesn't it? Okay, the other one worked really well for me, I promise you. This one will look alright. It'll look alright. You're not going to be able to see any of this anyway. We're just lifting up the front of the body so it can have a bit more like fullness to it. Like so. Come on, stay on there. I'm having a lot of trouble with my glue because there's not much in there, and it just keeps deciding to keep closing up on me and won't come out. Anyway, we'll get over that, won't we? Okay, so I want to stick that on there. Now I need to get this piece. I want to cover the whole lot with it. So I'm going to put glue up here. Now you realise though that I've thought about turning it off because I think now you're making a bit of a kerfuffle of this, Sonya, but honestly, this is how we got to go along with things, you know. It's just the way you're going to learn is how to do it, and it's going to make kerfuffly things. When you're doing something that you haven't done before, or something you can't be shown, you just got to do trial and error, you know. That's how it is. It's just trial and error. So I want all that to be on there, so I'm going to stick this across the bottom and the back. You might not understand what I'm talking about, but hopefully you can see what I'm doing, you know, because this is right. Now I'm going to have to trim this off. Definitely should have went along with you, took this along with me first up making it, because I'm really getting tired now. But I just want to do it because once I go out of here, I don't feel like coming back and working on something that I've already done. So I want to finish this. I really want to do this. So we're pushing this onto the back, okay? So it's going to go around and give her a shape. Pull that in there as best as we can. Now this part here looks way too fat, so we're going to get, you know, we're going to get rid of that, don't you? Probably realised that when I was putting it on there that I was going to get rid of it. If I don't stop sticking that glue on my finger, because it's burning my finger. Come off here, you. We don't like you. Get out of that. I'll put that in the bin and I'll try another bit of stuff. We need something else to put up there for padding. And I think I got a bit of this here. It's like a bit of a curtain. This is what I used with the other one. It's actually underneath one of the skirts that I've been chopping up. And I just put, actually that's not going to be thick enough. So I'll get another couple of bits here. Too many bits will be annoying. Let's try and see if we can't get a longer piece. If you've got too many pieces, it just gets too annoying after a while, doesn't it? I'm sorry you can't see what I'm doing. I'm just collecting up a bit of stuff over here and I'll be back, okay? So we want that to be the width of this, okay, and then fold it over. So what I'm going to do is just put some down here. I can't put it on there yet. I've got to make the centerpiece. Come on, just put some glue on this for me, please. Glue and fold it. And a bit more glue. Oh, gee. And fold it. Sorry about that. That was just the pain of the sore little, tiny little cut on my finger. Oh, dear. And then you've got this 4 thicknesses. And that's going to go there. And I'm going to get something to wrap around it really tight. And I need something very thin. A piece of cotton would be the best thing to do. We'll just use this bit of cotton here off the calico. Let's strips that I made. Now, I'm just going to do that. Okay. Now we're going to get the thing here, this place, and put it across this here where the bus line would be. Okay. Now, that's going to look a bit better, I think, underneath what we've got here, to give it a bit of a dimension. Righto. Now I'm going to have to cut this back, not too far, so it'll come around the corner and fold around here and go onto this part. Okay. Over the years I have made many things, but not all these things that I'm doing on here. As you probably will be able to tell by my methods. But hey, it gets done. I get it done. I will get it done. Yeah, I sure will. This is still not far enough over because it's only got a small little tiny waistline. There we go. More glue, and I'm having glue trouble really badly. And I would have thought that I'd have... And it does start to stress you out, doesn't it? If the glue pot's playing up or you're getting burnt with the glue gun, it's, you think, oh, gee, I want to throw that in the bin. It might be more fun. But this here twisted up like I don't know what. There you go. More. Keep chopping it down, Sonya. Maybe when I cut it out, if I had got it more to the size, it would have worked better. But then you still want enough to be able to take it round the back. Otherwise, it's not going to work for you. Now, a lot of other people, you know, maybe out there would have probably give up by now. I told me I should throw this in the garbage bin, but you got to keep going because you don't know what's going to come out of the work, eh? And this is very wobbly. It's very wobbly because... hang on a second. Do that and put it back up that way a bit. I might have it tucked down there too far. Now I have got a bit of a dinty looking thing here, haven't we? Wait a minute. Come over here, you. There. Well, that's going to be a waistline, hopefully, so that might look okay. Now, I'll trim this off. Actually, the other one I did with my pink and shears because I think it was lace. Mostly lace that I did on that one, wasn't it? Yeah. Oh no, it had the underneath was pink and shears across there. Okay. So now we've got something that vaguely resembles a little dress. So now all is up to you then is to decorate it with bits and pieces. So I used some of these pearly bits, and you just go and you just put them on, you know, and you would. Top of your pearly bits. I used some of this pieces off the scarf. I'll put 3 pieces across there. I'll do that first, because while they're joined together, they will all go across here, like so. Maybe it's a little bit long. A bit more glue on that. Okay, more glue. And that's like so. So they're hanging down there. That's just the right length. It might be a little bit. Now we'll put that piece on there. Then I'll get another piece of this here and put that piece on here. I must say I'm going a little bit faster than I did the other one. If you know, because like I said, I wanted to get it done. Put that on there like that. Get some calico. Now. A little bit of glue off my fingers. Your calico tears really good. Okay, you can use any sort of material. I just wanted to show you where I got my bits and pieces that I'm hanging down. I'm going to just a tiny bit because I only want a little, and you just rip it to get the look that you want. Just tear that. And it's like a nice straggy piece, you know. And you want to just glue these on, cut them on an angle. I did that at first. I don't know if they ended up being on an angle, but you just put these on here as well. I might get 3, so I'll put more glue on. Yeah, 1, Shoot. Oops. Another piece. Got another bit here. It's a bit short maybe. I don't know what it looks like. You can have short and long, it doesn't really matter, does it? Let's just stick that bit there just to, you know, to be different. Okay, now, then I found pieces for, with the sewing on them. So I thought, well, that looks really cool. It's already got a bit of sewing on there. You can either sew it yourself or you can cut it off something like I did with this. So I've got this piece material here. That was a piece of clothing that I got gifted to me. Now on here there's going to be a piece I can grab off that bit, but that's a bit close. Be careful I don't cut the I want to see, this is too close, isn't it, to cut that off. I must have cut that off a bit, but I've got none left. Look, actually, well, I've got that bit. I've got this bit here that's just got sewn on it. So how about if I just go down here? This might still work. It's a seam. It's the colour I was looking for too. You know, that's another thing. You want the, you know, the colours too. So you need a piece of, you know, a bit of old clothing or something, you know, whatever you want to use. I want to see what this looks like. It doesn't look too bad, does it? What do you reckon? See, it's like a, that's the way it works. You just find it, and you can use anything, can't you? See, then you're using up all your bits. You got bits, you're using them. And I've got bits, so I'm using the bits and pieces, you know. And I think that looks really good with that bit of stitching along there. So I'm going to cut another piece off. Now this is off the seam on the inside of this blouse or something that I've got here. I'm doing. And also, I think I might have just used, no, I was going to use just ordinary pieces of it on that one, but I didn't. I just used the one with the stitching on, because I thought, well, that looks cool, doesn't it? And different, and oh well, you know, something to think about, you know, when you want to make something like such. But anyway, here we go. So I'm sort of kind of happy with that. I might have to put a bit more on a bit later, but I wanted to just show you that's the general idea, what you want to put bits and pieces on there like that. So then I went and I got also, which I haven't put on here yet, is pieces of a doily. Now this is going to be the hard bit, because I think I've just chopped it all up actually to put it on there. I didn't want to well, here. Okay, now I've got the piece off the, I've cut these bits, see, so you can see that they're pieces off it. And I've got this bit here left over, and I've got this bit here left over, so that's what I've been cutting up. And for this top piece, I went round, this is a half circle bit, and I went round and I cut that off to make the trim that goes on the top of it. Okay, so that goes around here like this. Now, I really didn't want this video to go for too long, so I just wanted to give you an idea of what you can do to make yours, see? And then, when you get to this part here, because we've mostly basically covered all that, I actually put calico up over the top of this yet again, which I've got a piece here. I'll just show you what I did before I put that bit round. Let's just show you a bit of this piece first. To make the sleeve bits, well, you can do that with anything that you want to, really. You just get your piece of calico and you fold it over like that, and you put it on there like so, and then you're going to bring it up and cover that over like that. Okay, so that's how that will be covered. And then you can put your pieces of chopped up whatever that you want to put on it, and then a piece across the middle, whatever you like to do that with. We'll see, I'm going to have to go looking about to find what I'm going to use to go across the centre. And just like I said, I was in the middle of doing this, and then I'll show you how to make one of these roses. Hopefully it won't turn out like burr like the other one did. It was really scary. All I could do was laugh, because I thought, well, that looks more like a burr than a rose, and I couldn't help myself. I was giggling for ages. I thought, you've got to stop doing that so you can get on here. Anyway, so I'm going to tear a piece of calico because I think that one's too small, and I just want it a little bit wider, because if I don't do it a little bit wider, we're not going to be able to see what we're doing. So at the beginning, I just folded it over. Now, whether I'm making the rolled rose the same way everybody else does, I don't know, because I've got all this frilly bits, and that's what I wanted anyhow. So all you really mostly are doing is you just turn it round, okay? You start off, and then you turn that, and you keep going, and you turn it, and you keep going, and you turn it over, and you keep going, until you've got it. And probably would have put some glue along the way so to hold it, because it's only going to be small when we think, oh, come on, please. I'm trying to get the bits off the side now. Okay, I'm not going to let it beat me. Turn it and put a bit of glue on. Now, I'll turn it. I suppose it sort of does look a bit rosy, sort of. It's not too bad, but that's what you need to do to make yours, is just keep turning that and spin it around till you get, and I might take him back undone again until I can see that he's actually looking more rosy than what it is. You turn it over and go around. Turn it over and go around. I suppose it's all right. It's very hard because it's only going to be small. That doesn't look too bad, I suppose. It's got some spiky bits, but that's what I wanted, because I wanted it to be made out of the calico fabric. And if you do one out of ribbon, I guess I should maybe show you how to do that, because it'll look neater, but it's just ordinary. You know what I mean? Just an ordinary rose then. It's made of ribbon. It's not a calico one. So just a little bit of tucking and fixing, and it should be okay. And then all I did was get a piece of off another piece of doily. It was a piece of this here, and I cut it out, and then I set my rose on that like so. Look at that. And actually, it doesn't look too bad, does it, for the little rose? You just twist it and turn it round. Try another bit bigger piece of it. Fluff. Start off with a bit that you've glued, like that for a centre. Glue for a centre bit, and then you want to twist it and turn it. Wait a minute now. Glue it properly. It'd be a good idea if you glue it. Twist it and turn it. Wait a minute now. I'm going to find a piece of ribbon, and I'm going to show you what I was doing, because it might be as clear as mud. Piece of ribbons on there. Okay. The right piece of ribbon? No, I can't see the right piece. I've got it in here. This is a wide piece of ribbon. It might be hard to see this. So you want to turn it round like that, and I'm just going to keep going like that. I don't know if everybody else does, but that's how I made mine. You just keep twisting and turning that up there. Okay. You would have glued it to start with. I didn't, because I didn't want to glue it. Okay. It might look a bit rose-like. Okay. And then just twist it and turn it, and keep going like that until you've got the size or the whatever rose that you are looking for. Okay. And that's what I did to do these little blokes here. So thank you everybody for watching. I hope you like my little dress. I'd like you to leave me comments and tell me what you think. Not about the bad tutorial, that's okay, but oh well. I just wanted to show you the basic way that I put it together, and I think with it having it sitting up a bit too, the dress looks a bit more fuller, the skirt does. And maybe I'll put a tiny little bit of a brooch thing on there, I don't know yet, and then fix the back of it up, and I'll come back on here and show you when I've just completed them, okay? And I get them to where I think they should be, but I'll definitely be putting more bits down on this one, with bits of calico still on there, and anything, little dangly bits that all go with the colours. You can do different colours if you like, you know, put the nice different colours down them, but I was looking for